Yeah. So this was brought up before, and this was in our rundown. So the NFL filed a grievance on behalf of owners against the NFL Players Association to stop those report cards that come out every single year. And one of the people who is being a little baby about it is Woody Johnson, the owner of the New Jersey Jets, because his team got an F last year and is constantly not doing well. And here's what their argument is here. So they're asking the union to stop their report cards and says that it's a violation of the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, by airing public criticisms of teams according to documents obtained by ESPN.
Wow.
So what they do basically is this is when they poll all the players, right? It's supposed to be anonymous. And it's like, hey, grade all these different things. Like, this is how we found out that the Cardinals were charging their players for food, like in the team cafeteria, that there's a bunch of teams that don't offer like daycare facilities, right, for players' kids, all that kind of stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw this online. They were talking about one of the big positives of this was they were talking about in Miami. I forget who said it. I'm so sorry. But they were talking about in Miami how they got crapped all over that they didn't have any daycare facilities. And after the report cards came out, I think it was like right after that, they had daycare facilities. Because they're like, hey, this is something where we need to get better. So they're saying that the league claims report cards, they poll the players, violates it, and the union must use reasonable efforts to curtail public comments by club personnel or players which express criticisms of any club, its coach, or its operation and policy. Good God. So instead of actually making it better, they're like, hey, can we just stop, making fun of our team? And you're just going to have to, get over it and deal with the terrible conditions. Woody Johnson.
It's funny because the Jets got an F. Woody got an F.
Yep.
And that's fair. We don't have to do these grades. I'll just grade Woody Johnson on the amount of times his name pops up on the Epstein list. That's emails, Tom. I'm going to grade Woody's appearance in those emails. Not a good week for Woody. Not a good week.
It was not. So Johnson said he took issue with how they collected the information, who they collected it from. It was supposed to be according to the agreement we have with the league. It's supposed to be a process where we have representatives and they have representatives, so we know that it's an honest survey. Yeah, man. It's the problem. So, Woody Johnson, who along with Art Rooney of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Robert Kraft of the Patriots, and Michael Bidwell of the Arizona Cardinals, and David Tepper of the Panthers, received ownership grades of D or worse, called the survey totally bogus, and hinted that it violated the CBA. Well, listen, we all know that Woody Johnson's a fantastic owner. Michael Bidwell of the Arizona Cardinals, always up there at the very top. And David Tepper, I mean, every time he's in the news, it's about something positive. So
it's literally the guys who need those grades the most to reflect on what they're doing wrong, who are just like, nope, get rid of it.
That's it. We're not going to put out those job reports.
Yeah. What was the Cowboys' grade? What did Jerry get? Do you remember?
Didn't trade enough Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I can look it up.
That's what I love about Walmart. They actually, they care. They care about what their players think. And they've done a lot. They're building a whole new training facility addition to, where the Broncos practice.
Oh, ownership, they got a B. But they were ranked 10th out of 32 teams overall, the Cowboys.
And my point was going to be like, Jerry, for all his flaws, he cares about what his players think.
Probably A1.
Outside of when Micah Parsons wants money, but like he could be the leader in that, like, let's get rid of these grades. But it's just Bidwell. Bidwell's probably the most under the radar worst owner in the league.
He's horrible. Yeah, no, he is not good.
Like just a shitty dude on top of being a bad
owner. Cardinals fans know all about it, but
I've almost done a video about him, and I'm like, nobody's gonna watch. Nobody cares.
Cardinals fans would be just like, thank you for seeing our play.
Yeah,
because they need to. When are we getting the Russell Wilson cameo? That's the question. That is the question.
Dude, Johnny never even sent me the Skip Bayless cameo. Everybody got that shit except for me.
He put the full thing, what was it, on Twitter or YouTube? He put it on somewhere.
He didn't send it to me. You think I'm going to find it out there in the wild?
World Wide Web?